titled United Nations and International Organizations Sources. So how do we cite such? Symbols of United Nations documents are made up of juxtaposed elements that identify the authority under which they are issued. These elements, which are separated by oblique strokes, are composed of capital letters and figures. Usually indicates the number of session or the number of subsidiary organ. Documents of two or more organs may carry two or more symbols, one for each organ. If a document is reissued in the printed official records or as a series publication, it retains its symbol. A sale publication normally carries a symbol in a sales code. Each language version of a mimeograph document carries the same symbol and date. So there are three components for the UN documents. The first component indicates the organ to which the document is submitted or the organ that is issuing the document. The second component is a secondary or tertiary components which indicates the subsidiary bodies. The third is the final component, which denotes the nature of the document. So here are the examples of the primary issuing bodies. We have the General Assembly, Security Council, Economic and Social Council, Secretariat, and its corresponding symbol. Some bodies have a special series symbol that does not reflect the parent organ. We have, for example, Committee on Rights of the Child. We also have United Nations Development Program, United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, and the United Nations Environment Program, and its corresponding symbols. For the secondary component, we have this, for example, with Ad Hoc Committee, Standing, Permanent or Main Committee, Commission, Conference, Governing Council, Preparatory Committee, Subcommittee, Subcommission, and Working Group, and its corresponding symbols. And for the final component, which denotes the nature of the document, we have for addendum, we have for amendment, curriculum, revision, summarized version, and we also have for reissuance of a document for technical reason. As a general rule, UN documents are normally cited by the document or code number, with exceptions for UN official records, which they have to cite the session number, plenary or committee meetings, supplements or annexes, and the UN document number in parentheses and the date of the document parenthetically. We have, for example, here Report of the Working Group on Charter of Economic Rights and Duties and States, UN Doc TT TD bar B bar AS 12 bar 4 1974 could be cited as E bar Res bar 163 9 of 1971. However, if it's a UN official record, it should be cited as UN Trin as official record 20th session plenary 6 and its corresponding symbols and the date. We also have Commission on Human Rights report UN Eco-Social Council record 54th session supplementary 6 and its symbols and the year of the document. Next is for UN publication for sale. of general or broad interest, which are offered for sale, are also given of unique symbols. They, it's usually composed of four. We have a letter, which indicates the language of the publication. You have Arabic numerals, indicates the year of publication. We have Roman numerals, which indicates the subject of publication or the issuing body in the instance, and Arabic numeral, which is a sequential number with no special meaning. So, as reflected on the screen, we have an example E95 13 12. So, E stands for language, 95 stands for the year it was published, and 13 is the symbol for its issuing body or a subject, which is demography. Next, we also have publications from League of Nations. Its publication shall be cited as League of Nations Official Journal 13th Assembly 42 of the year 1932. We also have for International Court of Justice or the World Court. Publications of the International Court of Justice are cited by indicating the year of the report in brackets after the name of the case, abbreviated from the report and the page. We also have annual reports from or annual reports of the International Court of Justice, which are published in the yearbooks and are cited with year enclosed in brackets before the publication and its page number. So we also have other publications. We have from the Permanent Court of International Justice. Publications of the PCIJ are cited by the series and the number with year enclosed in parentheses, indicate whether pleadings or advisory opinion whenever pertinent to discussion in the text. For international arbitration, cite the name of the case, the international parties in parentheses, the official source of the arbitral award, and the year of arbitration parenthetically. If the tribunal that decided the award is Permanent Court of Arbitration, indicate it at the end of the citation together with the year enclosed in parentheses. Parallel citations may be given but do not give more than 3 citations. So next is chapter 5, repeating citations. So a full citation is always used first time a source is cited in the paper. After that, a short citation is used only after the source has been cited once in a full citation format. So what do? We instead use these two words. We have supra and hereinafter. This may be used to refer to legislative hearings, courts, filings, books, pamphlets, reports, unpublished materials, non-print resources, periodicals, services, treaties, and international agreements, regulars, directives, and decisions of intergovernmental organizations, and internal cross-references. We use supra to identify a case or publication previously cited on the same or preceding page. We use hereinafter only when the chief source has no author and the author and the title is too long, or when the full citation appears in a footnote that contains two authorities by the same author. So the use of supra form generally consists of the last name of the author of the work, followed by a comma and the word supra, and it is always italicized. So, for example, we have Susan M. Oken, Justice, Gender and the Family, 155 of the year 1989. So, we'll have the second citation as Susan M. Oken, comma, supra, note 38. We also have, for example, number 2, for cases previously cited on the same footnote. For example, in the footnote, N. Gonzalez, Philippines, Philippine Administrative Law 127 of the year 1965 can be found. And if you want to cite it again, you can put N. Gonzalez Supra at 188. Do not use C Note 15 Supra because it is too short and the full citation is too far removed, in which case the full citation should be repeated. So the use of hereinafter. What is hereinafter? It means that it is further on in this document. When do we use it? When the chief source has no author and the title is too long, or when the full citation appears in a footnote that contains two authorities by the same author. So how do we use it? Example is Epcot, Historical Handbook of the Commercial Sexual Exploitation of Children in the Philippines. 10, 1984. Hereinafter referred to as Epcot. So do not use supra to the following. When citing cases, statutes, session laws, ordinances, legislative materials other than hearings, constitution, and administrative regulations, because it is usually only used to refer to authors or authorities. We also have other words such as infra, which means below. Seldom used for citation cross-references because it is considered best to put the full citation first. However, when it is used for this purpose, the rules are the same as those indicated for supra cross-reference. We also have ID or as read to be the same when citing to the immediately preceding authority, but only when the immediately preceding citation contains only one authority. For example, we have V5 Philippine Political Law, 551 11th edition of the year 1962, could be cited as the same as at page 555. We also have further examples when you want to cite again Constitution Article 8, Section 5, it can be cited as the same with Art 6, Section 30. Also with People versus Zeta, 98 Philippines, 145 of the year 1955, could be cited as the same at page 147. We also have words which signify signals. Here are some of the examples. We have accord, which indicates substantial support of a proposition, although there are differences in facts. We also have contra, indicates a holding which contradicts or opposes the proposition. We also have CF, which indicates a case which is parallel to the support to the proposition but contains substantially different facts. We also have C, which cited authority clearly supports the proposition. We also have C in Roman type introduces secondary authority which supports the proposition, and but C in italic indicates a dictum which opposes or contradicts the proposition. So we have also the order of sources. When citing more than one source of the same kind for a single proposition, the source must be in chronological order, where the oldest must be first. For example, the topic on testimonies of child victims are normally given full weight and credit, and the sources cited are People versus Aguilar, GR number 1277949, decided on December 17, 2007, followed by a case decided on 2012, followed by a case decided on 2015, which is the chronological order. We also have when citing legal legislation and case law in the same footnote, put legislation before cases. When citing primary and secondary sources in the same footnote, put primary sources before secondary. The sources at the end of your work are arranged in list of primary legal sources in order, where Constitution must come first, followed by statutes, treaties, cases, and etc. Followed by a bibliography containing separate lists of secondary materials such as books, periodicals, articles, conferences, papers, etc. are arranged in A to Z order by the author's family name. A full citation for each reference should be supplied as well as the internet websites and date it was accessed. For Chapter 6, we have Philippine legal citations. This chapter provides the standard citation according to sources of law. We have also standard citations where these legal documents are found in A, primary source, B, secondary source, and C, electronic source. If both primary and secondary sources are available, it is recommended that the primary source be cited. So we have statutes. For statutes, we have Constitution, and upon citing Constitution, it shall be in a format reflected on the screen. Cited by reference to this article, comma, section, and the paragraph, the year is placed in parentheses. Other books on legal citations provide that when the current law is cited, the date is not included. Taking into consideration the number of times the Philippine Constitution was revised, it is important to include the date. There is now a move to revise or amend the Philippine Constitution apparently, which affects the economy. We also have legislative enactments. We have laws passed by legislative departments, such as the Commonwealth Act, to be cited as Com Act number 35 of 1935. Also, we have Republic Act number 3019 of 1960. The primary source of these statutes is the official gazette, while its secondary source is the Philippine Permanent in General, and its electronic source is the www.lawful.net. We have other statutes in other forms of rules. We have court rules. The rules of court is cited like any ordinary code by its name, followed by the rule number and section. Just like for example, the rules of court, rule 14, section 1. We also have for treaties. Treaties entered into by the Philippines, whether it is bilateral or multilateral, are cited by the name of the treaty and the date when the treaty was signed. For ordinances, the laws passed by the city, municipal or provincial government, local government are in the form of ordinances. They are cited by providing the name of the city, municipality, or province followed by the ordinance number and the date. Such as for example, the City Ordinance Number 1 of the City of Manila approved on June 21, 2004 shall be cited as Manila Ordinance Number 1, June 21, 2004. We also have executive or presidential issuances shall be cited in the manner as reflected on the screen. We have exec.order number .200 of 1986. We also have proclamation number 1081 of 1972, and we also have administrative order number 200 of 2005. We also have for administrative rules and regulations. So, for example, Administrative Order Number 1 promulgated by Department of Energy on January 5, 2006 shall be cited as DOE, the acronym of the government body, and Administrative Order Number 1 of 2006. So upon citing jurisprudence or court decisions, we have Supreme Court decisions, say decisions, and many others. The standard citation is the family name of the parties, GR number, and the date. Instead of VS, use only V. People of the Philippines is cited as people, and Republic of the Philippines is cited as Republic. So, court decisions from Supreme Court down to the lower courts can be identified through their case number, cited as follows. For Supreme Court decisions, we have GR number, date of promulgation, and Court of Appeals decision shall be cited as CAGR number, R, CV, CR, or SP, and its date of promulgation. For the Sandigan Bayan decisions, we have Sandigan Bayan criminal case number, date of promulgation. For Metropolitan Trial Courts, we have METC, place and branch number, civil or criminal case number, date of promulgation. We also have for Sharia District and Circuit Courts, shall be cited as Sharia Dis Bar Circ Court, place and case number, also the date of promulgation. So here are the sources for jurisprudence. For the primary source, we have Philippine reports. A primary source are cited by the family name of the parties, the volume number, page, and the year of promulgation in parentheses. If a specific portion of a decision is used, the page must be included in the citation. For the secondary source, such as the Supreme Court's reports annotated or the SCRA, are cited by the family name of the parties, comma, GR number, comma, date of promulgation, comma, volume number of the court reports, and page. For electronic sources, we shall have the usual format and shall be followed by at and the website. So, upon the end of the document, when putting on the bibliography, it shall be in an A to Z format per topic, such as reflected before you, where Aquino comes first, followed by Campanilla and Ulep, and also for Guanzon comes first, then followed by Tagupa. So for other sources or sources for legal citations and manuals, these are the following manuals as a guide in citing Philippine legal information.